It's always good to have you here.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I almost missed it.
That's
I
okay.
sat down. I sat down and I fell asleep. It's like it's fatal if I sit down to just do nothing on a Sunday. So
I've
I
been doing
must
that quite often.
confess, I had a nap. I had a nap. Forgive me for running behind here. Okay, we've got 60 excited people in the house here tonight.
Well, then I
If
guess
we
we
can
better
get
get going.
everybody to if we can get everybody to keep their video recorders off and their mics muted, let's let John take it away. Tell us why we're so excited.
We are excited because we're part of the Gladiacoin program, which allows us to get Bitcoin. Everybody needs Bitcoin. And pretty soon, the rest of the world's going to wake up to that fact, and these things are going to skyrocket in price. But right now, we're very, very lucky that we can get as much Bitcoin as we're doing right now fairly easily compared to the rest of the world. The history of Bitcoin is that this thing started just as this little old white piece of paper that was written by Satoshi Nakamoto, uh, whoever that was, and he talked about these little things called Bitcoin tokens. People read that thing and said, "Oh my gosh, this is great! We got to do something about this." So the next thing you know, these coders started getting a little busy, and they just started writing code all over the place. And then in 2009, the first transaction took place. My gosh, somebody bought pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoins. Of course, they weren't worth very much then those days, and I knew about this. I got into it early because I'm in the financial business. You know, this is one of these financial things that creeps up, and it was in the news kind of thing. But I didn't want any part of it. I said, no, it's not for me. I don't want to do this. What do I want to do stuff on a computer for? You can lose things on a computer. You know, they crash and burn, and it's not a real thing, and it's not going to go anywhere. Well, I'm eating my words today, and I'm so thankful that Gladiacoin came along to enable me to actually get back in the ability to get Bitcoin. Right now, they're running right around $1,000 a piece if you want to buy them. And, I can't go out and do that kind of thing. Most Americans can't do that. Most Americans can't even write a check for $500. How are they going to write a check to get a Bitcoin, right? Well, fortunately, Gladiacoin has the way to answer those problems. In June of 2010, which is not that long ago, about 7 years, they were still only a dime. And in last year, in 2016, they were around $900, and they're now been pushing over 1,000, and they've even eclipsed the price of gold several times already, which is really kind of a shaking the ground under the financial people when they see that, because everybody thought gold was the store of value, and I just don't think that's going to be, because there's only 21 million coins, and there's 7.5 billion people that are going to be chasing those 21 million coins. And if you transfer just 1% of the assets of the United States into Bitcoin, they would be worth more than $1 million a piece. That's phenomenal. Now, these companies were paying attention early. Visa, USA, Capital One, MoneyGram, they're all money transfer things. And I think that they either wanted to find out whether it was going to give them a problem or they were going to be able to use it for stuff that they're doing. And frankly, we don't need these guys anymore. We can move money on our own. We don't need anybody's permission. You really must get to know Andreas Antonopoulos and listen to all the videos that he has and read his little book, The Internet of Money, and get to know what this guy knows. He knows Bitcoin inside and out. And, he just talks about this. They're just not going to need all these banks. We don't need anybody telling us when and where and how we can use our money, right? Now, we're talking about Bitcoin here. We're not talking about money. In order to get Bitcoin, you have to acquire it. And you have to make an initial purchase, and then you have to set up your Bitcoin wallet. Well, what's a Bitcoin wallet? It's the same thing you do with a bank. You go on there and you check your bank account, you check your credit cards, you check your balances and stuff like that. That's an e-wallet. It's an e-wallet for a banking system for the fiat currency. Well, this is a digital kind of currency, and so you need a wallet that deals with digital currencies. The biggest one is blockchain. I think it was the first main one. It's got more than 12 million members. See, 12 million members, and there's a bunch of other ones too, but they don't have anywhere near that many people. But let's just say there were 50 million people that were using Bitcoin right now in these wallets. That's nothing compared to a trillion people, right? 7 billion people, I'm sorry. Anyway, Coinbase is the second largest, and some people like it, and most people are having a lot of trouble with it, so we don't recommend that you even mess with Coinbase anymore. It's just a waste of time. Still here, I haven't taken it off. I got to put another one in there, I think. Local Bitcoins is a very, very good place to acquire Bitcoins. There are people there that sell all around the world. Locally, you can meet people. You can go over there and strike a deal and buy Bitcoins from them as you need them. And you can sell Bitcoins yourself there on local Bitcoins. Zappo and Copay and BitPay are other e-wallets. They're more specialized. They're not as easy to use for people that are just starting to deal with this kind of stuff. That's why we like blockchain. It seems to be very easy for people to get familiar with. But BitPay is kind of neat because it offers a Visa card. And that Visa card allows you to spend your Bitcoins right there on the card. They do all the conversion stuff for you. All you do is just use it like you do a normal debit card. The safe over there talks about hardware wallets. In other words, you don't have to leave your Bitcoin tokens on the internet or in a Bitcoin e-wallet. You can move them to a personal hardware wallet that you carry with you and nobody can get at it. They're not on the internet. Nobody can hack them. Nobody can see them. Now, the nice thing about Bitcoins is, unlike the fiat currencies, which are worth less every single day you have them in your pocket, Bitcoins are worth more every day, and they're going to continue to be worth more. And government doesn't own Bitcoin tokens. You do. So they're not really money. They're a type of currency. They're a digital currency, and governments are strapped, trying to figure out ways to tax you and do all kinds of other things with it, even though they don't own it. It's nothing they own. They didn't invent it. They don't have any control over it. They can't stop it. So a lot of that remains to be seen. But we're dealing in Bitcoins. We're not dealing in money. And so it doesn't become money probably that's in the taxable sense until you actually convert it into some kind of currency. But you know what's so cool is you don't have to do that anymore. You can actually get goods and services from people just using Bitcoin tokens. I mean, that's just the coolest thing going. And you know what? I don't think we're even going to need these cards much anymore. I think the cell phone is going to be everything that you're going to need. See the picture right there? The guy's transferring Bitcoin tokens right there to the cash register to pay for his cup of coffee. But you can go on the internet and you can search for companies that will take Bitcoins, and you can look for what you want to purchase and then find a company that actually will deal with Bitcoins. I think that that's so cool. And I think that I was reading articles here recently too that says that the younger people just do not trust banks. Well, you count the older people in here too. I'm no spring chicken. I'm 68 and I've had it with them. I don't need to use them. I don't want to use them. I don't want it to interfere with me. And they did the other day because I had to use a credit card, to try to make a purchase in Norway. I didn't know it was in Norway, but Chase Bank did, and they didn't like the fact I was purchasing over there because they blocked the purchase 3 times. Called them up and says, "What are you doing? How come my card isn't working?" "Well, you don't do business in Norway, so we're not going to approve it." I said, "Well, I'm not doing it now. Prove it," which they did, but I shouldn't have had to do any of that stuff. That's the kind of thing I don't even want to mess with anymore. I've had it. So what are we doing? How are we getting Bitcoin? Well, what Gladiacoin is a trader. It's a robo-trader. Now, what happens with trading? It's really the same thing as Forex trading. You guys have all probably heard about that, in which they use computers and high-speed contracts and stuff in order to extract little tiny bits of profit on changes in currencies. So maybe the euro is one number today, and in Japan it's a different number. The computer can grab that piece of profit. Maybe they see that the price of something is falling, and the computer can grab profit on the way down too, because you can make money if things are going up, and you can make money if things are going down. The basic idea is buy low and sell high. Okay, that's what we try to do. Now, recently, Bitcoin has been really acting like a trader, and there's all these exchanges that came about, and they all publish a price. You can go on different exchanges, and you can look at the different pricing between them. That's easy to do. And that's what happens. So they've got these computers, these high-speed computers that have algorithms on there that do nothing but watch for profit opportunities on these short contracts, long contracts, and arbitrage contracts in order to extract it. Now, one of the reasons that it works so well is because Bitcoin is highly volatile. In other words, it changes. The price is constantly changing. It's going up, up, up. It's going down, down, down. It's going up, up, up higher. It's going down, 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 but not as low. And it's just doing that all over the place 24 hours a day. Now, they can take advantage of that. The other thing is that the velocity of the change is phenomenal. I mean, it just happens very quickly. I think the other day I watched it go down $100 US just within a few hours. You can get rich off stuff like that, and that's what they're doing here. They're paying us some money, that we put money with them, and we're going to get a piece of the action. I hope they're making 10 times what we're making, because I don't want them to stop. This is doing very well for everybody, because everybody needs to get Bitcoin. This is not optional anymore. I'm not saying that to say something special about Bitcoin. I'm just saying the way the things are going, you are going to need Bitcoin. And you are going to be very, very happy that you acquired Bitcoin now while you could get it. And by the team of people working together, we can get as much as we need. How much is that? I don't know, but I want as many Bitcoins as I can get, because there's only 21 million. There will never be any more of those Bitcoins out there. And it's going to be a storehouse of value. It's already proven itself, exceeding the price of gold. So the cryptocurrency exchanges in all these different countries is what allows that to happen, because that way the computers can trade on all these different exchanges and make money on all of them. No magic here. It's just the same old thing that people have been doing for a long time. So what are the benefits here? Well, one is that you put the money in, you put 4 Bitcoin in, and in 90 days, you will have 8 Bitcoin to take out. That's what they do. Now, this 90-day period is not locked in stone. It won't go any longer than 90 days, but it could happen much sooner. And there's a way to do that, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. You're dealing with a computer here. This is a computer-run system. So it's automatic, it's fully integrated, it works just like clockwork. Everything works just fine 24 hours a day. It never sleeps. While we're sleeping, it's over here working for us, and that's exactly what we want. The system deposits Bitcoin into your personal e-wallet daily. Now, this is a very, very, very important point. They're not here trying to hang on to your money. So when you acquire some Bitcoin and they're trading the Bitcoin for you, they are constantly sending money back to you. They're going to send 2.2% into your account every single day, just to make your Bitcoins double. Now, this is international in scope. In other words, we don't have to do any conversions. A Bitcoin in Malaysia is the same as a Bitcoin in Russia, is the same as a Bitcoin in Canada, is the same as a Bitcoin in New Zealand. It doesn't matter. We don't have to go through the conversion process here like all these other traders do. And this all happens in real time. Whenever a profit opportunity is there, whether it's midnight here and daylight over there, they take it. It doesn't sit around and wait. Computers don't know time. And it's easy to use. You can run the whole thing on a mobile phone or a PC or a tablet. Your choice, whatever you want to do. It's nice to have choices, don't you think? But the whole thing is that there's 2.5 billion people in the world that do not have access to any kind of banking, and Bitcoin makes that possible. What do you think the pricing is going to be when those 2.5 billion people begin to realize that they can get a hold of Bitcoin and they can start doing things and have a way of making a living, having a banking connection? See, one of the things that Andreas Antonopoulos pointed out, that when you have just a text phone and you're in any part of the world and you have a Bitcoin account, you literally have the power of an entire Swiss bank. Not an account now, the whole bank. You can do everything a bank can do now. And that's why the banking structure is just we're going to get rid of it, because we don't need it. It's all very slow, operates 9 to 5, costs a lot of money to handle all these pieces of electronic media and pieces of paper, which we don't need anymore, because the blockchain technology replaces all that. Now, the other thing that's cool here is this optional binary network. This is how you are able to actually double your Bitcoins faster than 90 days. So unlike a bank or an insurance company, whenever you refer somebody to this platform, they actually give you a referral fee, and that referral fee can go towards accelerating the doubling of the amount of Bitcoin that you have. And that's why this thing works so special. Now, we've already talked about the 90 days and the doubling. Now, here's how you do it. All right, you can come in and you can put 4 Bitcoin in, and you can collect 2.2% back in Bitcoin every single day for 90 days, and you have effectively doubled the amount of Bitcoin you did. So if you put in 4, now you take out 8. You want to do it again, computer says? Yeah. So you put the 4 back in and you do it again. And you can do that 4 times a year. But why do it 4 times a year, going from 4 Bitcoin to 64 Bitcoin? When you can do it 365 days a year. You can put in 4 Bitcoin today and pull out 8 Bitcoin tomorrow. How's that for fast action? How do we do that? You build a binary network. And the referral fees that you get go towards the amount of money that's going to acquire Bitcoin so that you can get double your Bitcoin. It's just that simple. It's not complicated. So some people come here and say they're not going to do that, and they put their Bitcoin in, and it starts doubling, and they start getting their payments back every day, and then pretty soon they said, hey, you know, I know somebody that wants to do the same thing I'm doing. Next thing you know, they're referring. Next thing you know, they're getting referral fees. Next thing you know, they're not waiting 90 days to double. They've only within 40 days and the thing doubled because they referred a few people, and they say, hey, I like that. So they tell a few more people. It's just the way it works, guys. Nobody can sit still with a program like this where you can literally take complete control of your financial future because you can sell those Bitcoins. Those Bitcoins can be turned into some kind of a cash situation anywhere in the world. Everybody wants Bitcoin. Everybody. And there's only 21 million coins. So the passive payment, 2.2% a day, comes in every day, plus the binary referral fees, just helps you get more Bitcoin. It's just that simple. Now, we're going to talk about the binary here very quickly so you can understand how this thing works. It's not complicated, but there's some neat little things that you can do about it. So you acquire a position, and you have a right leg and a left leg, and you have to refer two people, one on your left and one on your right, in order to qualify to receive the referral fees. Okay? Now, what we're saying in our little team here is those two people right there could be people you don't know, could be family members, but why not you? Why don't you take those positions? So you take 3 positions and you build this first one up really good so it's pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day. You can't get any more than 8 out of it, only 8. So once you've maxed it out and it's pumping out 8 Bitcoin every day, you've built a right team and you have built a left team. And you know what? The cool thing is that that team goes right through those positions that you built already. Okay. So what happens is that what you do is once you've got this position rolling around with 8 Bitcoin coming out every day, you've already built half of this team. So all you got to start doing is putting some people on the inside here, and you can start pumping 8 Bitcoin a day out of this position. And you've already built this side, half of this. You don't have to build 2 teams. All you got to do is start building on the inside here. And you're pulling off 8 Bitcoin a day. So in reality, for very little work and effort, just by referring people, you can get 24 Bitcoin a day. Well, do the math, guys. If it's running around $1,000 and you've got 24 Bitcoin coming up every day, you think you might be able to use that to help your family, pay bills, get yourself out of debt, pay for college education, do all the things that you have to do, and some of the things you want to do but you never thought were possible anymore? You know, money tends to solve all problems. If you can sell Bitcoins to people who want them, remember here not long ago, you could buy a Bitcoin in the United States for about $700, $800, and you could sell it to China for $1,000. That's really kind of cool, right? Especially when you got it this way. Now, what this slide is also saying is that if everybody came on, 50 people came on, 50 people always double their Bitcoin. That just happens every day, just like clockwork. Now, they also continue their contracts because after you double, that contract's been fulfilled, whether it's been 90 days or less. If it could be every day, it's over. Put in 4, get back 8. So everybody does that. They also renew. So they retain their binary team that they built. Why would you want to get rid of that? You don't want to lose that. Well, what are they talking about here? Well, let's say that you've got 24 Bitcoin pumping out of here and you decide, you know what, I'm going to take a vacation and I'm not going to be around to click that little red box to renew my contract every day so I can collect that extra Bitcoin I've been getting. And you're just busy. You've said, I got enough. I want to take a vacation. I'm not going to have my computer with me. Uh-oh, bad deal. You need to take your computer with you. Why? Listen, they pay you every day. You've got to be in position. If you step out of that position, if you're not in there with a contract and you're not participating, this binary flows up to the next people, right? Because you're not there. You're not present. You've got to be in the line in order for you to receive payments and to participate. Now you come back and you say, okay, let's get started again. Well, you can't be put back in that spot. There's no way to open it up and insert you back in. See, you'll lose the binary. You lose all that stuff that you built. So you got to start over. That's why everybody renews, and it makes more sense because you can continue to accumulate Bitcoin as you go. And that's the big opportunity here right now. that you have the way of doing it with a team of people all helping you, each other, get Bitcoin. That's what you want. You've got to get your hands on Bitcoin. I can't stress that enough. I know you don't know all this stuff about that, the things that I know about what's going on here. You've got to start educating yourself about what's going on in this economy and what's about to happen. You've got to start listening to Andreas. Study everything he does. Listen to all his remarks on the videos that he puts out there on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything to get this education. And then listen to some of the prognosticators about what's going on and what's going to happen here in terms of the banking system. You see, Venezuela is running its entire economy on Bitcoin. Now, not only the country itself, I'm talking about the people. The country's in total shambles. They don't have an economy down there. It's really bad. And if you've not heard about this, go on to YouTube and just video Venezuela's economic problems. Geez, I mean, it's horrible down there. So what the people have done is, since the country can't seem to run it with the current people in office, the people are using Bitcoin to create their own economy. And so they do get goods and services from each other by using Bitcoin. And then what they do is they turn around and they buy from Amazon Prime Direct goods and services that they need, like food, and get it shipped in outside the border. Then they go pick it up and they bring it back in the country. Now, the government doesn't like that, but there's nothing they can do about it. You cannot stop Bitcoin. Bill Gates says you cannot stop Bitcoin. Nigeria itself tried to stop it and says you can't stop Bitcoin. You cannot stop what's going on here because the people have had it up to their eyelids with the way these bankers are running everything and lording over everybody. It's these politicians, you know, I'm going to give you this and I'm going to give you that. Well, somebody's got to pay for it, and our country's deep in debt and we're going down the tubes, and these guys are up there dancing on the hill having a damn good time, getting richer and richer, and all of us are just getting poorer and poorer. Well, that's over. Bitcoin solves that problem. All the people in China, when they were devaluing the currency over there, they got their money in Bitcoin and they didn't lose a dime. All the people in India that had money in Bitcoin didn't lose anything when they devalued the country's money by 85%. They were safe and sound in Bitcoin. So that's what you've got to do here. Okay, now I want to talk about incomes disclosure here. It's important you understand. We make every effort to ensure that we accurately represent the products and services of Gladiacoin and the potential for economic gain. Earnings and/or Bitcoin income statements made by the company or members are estimates of what you can possibly receive. There is no guarantee here that you will make any of these levels of Bitcoin, and you accept the risk that the earnings and Bitcoin income statements will differ by individual. Depends on what you do, see? The examples are not to be interpreted as any guarantee, promise, representation, or assurance. It's what you probably will be able to do if you do as we're teaching. We do not purport Gladiacoin or us as being a get-rich-quick scheme, because we don't think it is. We think you do the work, you get the reward. It's that simple. Now we're going to talk about the plans. Now the plans here, the lowest plan for entry is at 0.05, 5% of a Bitcoin. Do the math, 5% of $1,000 roughly. But this is a very special one. It does not get the 2.2%. It does not get the doubling. All you can do is refer some people to the plan and receive some 5% referral fees for referring people to the company. Well, why are they doing it that way? To get you here to this plan right here, the 10% plan, Spartacus 2. This one begins the doubling process. The rest of the plans do the double in 90 days if you just passive. You just sit there and the Bitcoin is traded and you put in 4 Bitcoin, you get 8 back. It receives a 6% binary referral fee. Now, there's 2 other plans in here. They're the same kind of plan, but what you really want to do, if you can, is come in with a half a Bitcoin, because you're going to double it in 90 days. You have a full Bitcoin. You've got to get to the 4 Bitcoin platform. Notice this one doubles, but you also receive 9% of the binary program that you build and that people put under you. The spillover includes this 9%. All right? So it helps you. Now, it helps you every time you renew your contract and every time the people below you renew their contract. That's like new people, new money coming in, right? It's like new Bitcoin coming in, and that's what you're paid on as a percentage of the points. When we say 9% of what? It's 9% of the number of Bitcoins that are in the team. That's what it is. So if you've got 15 Bitcoins down there, you multiply that times 0.09, and that's the amount that you would receive as a referral fee. Not complicated at all, very simple. But you can earn up to 30 Bitcoin a month, and you can start doubling, and you can get to the 4 Bitcoin platform as soon as possible. That's where you want to be. So these next 3 are the sweetheart plans. This is where you should really start if you can. If you can go all the way to the 4 Bitcoin plan, you should do that. Now, am I saying that? I'm saying that because we started low. We started with the 0.5, worked our way up to make sure everybody could do this. By the 16th or 19th day, we had gone from 0.05 to Spartacus 7, simply by referring. That's all we did. Now, if you can't start there with the 4 Bitcoins, start at the 1, start at the 2, start wherever you can. That's the most important part. But that 11%, 13%, and 15% binary referral fee makes a huge difference in the amount of Bitcoin that you're able to gather. So just look at it. You can get 8 Bitcoin a day. That's what I'm talking about. You put in 4 Bitcoin, you double those 4 in one day, and you've got 8 Bitcoin in your hands. That's 240 Bitcoin per month. Do the math, kids. If it's $1,000 right now that you could sell those things for, I don't know how it would be in pesos or rubles or euros or whatever, but it doesn't matter where you are. This is international. Bitcoin's a Bitcoin. People want them. You can sell them, and you can get whatever you need by selling them. So if you had 3 positions pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day, that's 720 Bitcoins per month. Do you think that would change your life a little bit? But what do you got to do it? Do you got to invent some super duper whiz bang thing that everybody buys? No, not a bit. Do you have to go to school for 15 or 20 years and become some kind of specialist to receive that kind of compensation? Not on your life. All you got to do is have the want to and the willingness to get out of your comfort zone and tell a few people about this. Now, a lot of people say, I can't sell anything, John. I'm telling you, I just can't do it, man. I just get so sick and I feel like I want to vomit, and I just get all tongue-tied and I don't know what to say and I forget everything, and I try to talk and memorize something to say, and it just doesn't go that way. I just can't do it. Can you do it for me, please? No. You can do it, and you do it every day. You talk to people. That's what people do. They can't keep their mouths shut. Just go to a movie theater. You can't even watch the movie. People are talking in there all the time, munching on popcorn and talking. And if you try to tell them, hey, be quiet over there, man, they get angry with you and yell at you. Okay, well, here's what happens with most people. Something bad happens to you. You tell everybody that will listen, even to the nth degree. Somebody finally has to tell you to shut up. I've already heard it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Or something good happens to you, and you're telling all your friends what this great thing happens to you. Well, when you get into the Gladiacoin program, man, you just got in the best thing in your life. This is going to change things. It's changing things already in the world, the way we're going to do things. Blockchain is changing everything, and that's a serious, serious problem because it's going to put huge numbers of people out of work. This is why I'm saying you've got to become aware. You've got to start educating yourself. You've got to let other people know what's going on. You guys think I'm just sitting here to earn money and get bucks in our pocket? No. I'm here to try to protect my financial future. If I can help you protect your financial future, we'll have an economy because I'll have somebody to buy and sell from. See? If I'm doing this by myself, I get nothing. Same with you. We're all going to be standing in line with our hands out to some government agent, say, hey, give me, give me, give me, give me. I don't want to do that. I'd rather get everybody self-sufficient, working with our own private kind of thing that we can use for currency or something to exchange with. Bitcoin tokens fit the bill. It's also perfect for a situation where if you ever have to take an extended vacation at a moment's notice. Hurricane comes through, earthquake comes through, fires come through, tornadoes come through. You need cash. You got to run. You're going to go down and try to grab all your gold and carry that with you, or your silver if you have any. No, and if you're out there in public, how are you going to hide it? How are you going to keep it safe? You going to leave it down here while you go over someplace else looking for some food? You're probably going to come back and it's not going to be there. You see, you don't have any of those problems if you're using Bitcoin tokens. They're on your card, man. They're in your account. You don't even have to worry about them anymore. Okay? So it's very important that you study what's going on and get started on this program as fast as possible. That's what I want you to do, because that way I know I have a financial future. Now, the one other thing I want to tell you is that there's a little book. If you really, really, really think that you can't go talk to people and let them know the good thing that you found, there's a little book called Double Your Contacts. I've been talking about this now on every single webinar by Michael J. Durkin, D-U-R-K-I-N, Michael Durkin, Double Your Contacts. I got the book. I was skeptical. I just thought it would be another puff piece. Man, this thing is just chock full of good suggestions. I wish I had had this book when I started in the financial business more than 40 years ago. I would have done so much better had I known some of the things that he's telling people in here. So it's well worth the money. Go get that, and you're not going to have any problems. All right? So a couple things I want to go over before we get into Q&A. Gladiacoin is an automatic system. You're talking to a computer. And as such, you are responsible for what you tell the computer to do. Okay? If you don't have the right sponsor and then you don't have the right name, it's not going to work. So you got to make sure you got it. Your sponsor has to make sure your account is placed on the correct side. If he doesn't do that or they don't do that, it won't be, if they want on a particular side. The payment for the amount of the plan that you choose, you got to put in the right one. If you choose, let's just say you're going to get a Bitcoin program, like Spartacus 5, and you put in a 10% of a Bitcoin, it's not going to work, So it's not going to go through, and you're going to sit there, did they take my money? Well, no, they didn't. It's just that you didn't put the right numbers in the computer, and the computer has to work around it and figure out what it's going to do with it, okay? If you're going to do an upgrade, you got to put in the correct payment. The time of payments, don't double click. Just one time's enough. Just let the computer catch up. So if you make a mistake, it can't be undone in most cases. If you send money incorrectly, nothing can be done to recover it. You just need to be careful. It's not complicated and it's not hard. But don't be just whipping numbers down there when you press, you know as well as I do, there's typos on pages, right? That's the kind of thing that happens. You just got to pay attention. Because once the payment is sent, it cannot be retrieved. Okay? All right. So we get to some questions and answers here. See if anybody has anything they want to talk about. And how many people we got? We got 81 happy people here today. Congratulations. I'm glad you're here. You're getting started. Let's see. Just raise your hand, and Kathy will unmute you, and we'll get started with this.
Yes, we do. We have 81 in the house this evening, and I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. I would like to address one thing. I understand that only 30% of women across the world know anything about Bitcoin. So we have a job to do, ladies. We got to get out there and educate the women. Oh, I'm getting a lot of feedback here. Also, I would like to say I come from a background of alternative healing, and I've noticed there's some doctors in the house tonight. I would like, are you hearing that, John?
Yeah, I'm hearing some noise in the background. Yes, I am.
I'm sorry. It's really coming in loud. Anyway, I used to have to bill for all of my patients that I used to have coming in. I had over 30,000. And, with Bitcoin, I see a whole new revolution coming up for that. You can sit there in your office from QR code to QR code. William, I think that's you. Okay, I've turned William's sound down. Sorry about that. But, you don't have to sit there and do all this medical insurance billing and hope you got the right code and fight with the insurance people and wait for your payment. You can just have your patients walk right in and use that QR code. Instant payment right there. I got to mute myself out. But let's see what Luke has to say here.
You sound pretty good. It just seems like somebody's feeding back through some speakers or something.
Yeah, and I can't find out where it's coming from.
No, I can't either. That's amazing.
Okay.
I'm looking myself right now because a lot of things you have to say are very important.
Yeah.
That's because, hey guys, that's because you guys have your audio connected to your computer and you're probably using your cell phone. That's why you hear echo.
I don't know, but let's see what Luke has to say.
Hey guys,
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can very
Oh,
clearly.
great,
Got a
great.
little reverb there, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here, but that's
Uh,
better. Whatever happened just now has happened.
Very
Yeah.
unusual.
So yeah, that's weird. Okay, guys. So yeah, I've been with Gladiacoin since March 1st, and I just so I started with 0.1 Bitcoin, which is where a lot of people start at Spartacus 2. And I just hit over 7 Bitcoin earned in my main account. Now that's not uh, including any of my other accounts. So I mean, I have several other ones, but it's been an amazing program. They do exactly what they say every single time. And I had a question actually. I had a call right when I was trying to get on the webinar of a guy in Canada. I think he's actually here, and he asked me a question. He asked me, and John and Kathy, you would know the answer to this. If you came in with 4 Bitcoins and then came underneath you directly with 2 other positions at 4 Bitcoins each, or Spartacus 7 every one, what would your first position be earning you daily to get started?
Well, it would be the interest payment. That's what you get. That's what you get. Everybody gets this right off the bat, and then they would get some points from the 4. They would get 4 points on each side, and on one of those, they'd get 15% of the 4 points to start. But that's where it's going to stop unless they continue to refer and bring other people in underneath them.
Okay, so I mean, do you have anything ballpark what they're looking at as far as points goes?
Yeah,
2.2%. Yeah, 2.2%, right?
2.2% every day.
Right.
Everybody gets the passive. If they
Right.
had 4 Bitcoin underneath them on each side, they would on
Then
one side they would receive 15% of 4.
4.
That
Yep.
would be the amount that was credited.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
it's nothing complicated.
Yep. Yeah, no, but it's guys, if you have any doubts whatsoever, this company does exactly what it says it does. You have great leadership here with John and Kathy, among others, that are really just everybody's helping everybody else to get started, and and they provide a platform where they educate people on the importance of Bitcoin, and people are doing so well with this program. So there's a Facebook group. There's all kinds of support out there to help you get started and get earning, and it's just been tremendous for me.
Thank you, Luke. Everybody else that's using it, if they're on here, tell the people that aren't using it what your experience is. See, everybody does well here.
Yes, I think it's fantastic. Last week, Luke was in having knee surgery, and when he came back out, he he had made something over a little $700. Not day, that's pretty cool for having to take the day off and have surgery, and you're still doubling your money. Let your money work for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry
Round the
about that.
clock. Round
I'm
the clock.
sorry. I just wanted to add. Yeah, so yesterday my son went roller skating for the first time, and I made just over 1 Bitcoin yesterday. Today was only about roughly $250 US versus worth of Bitcoin. But again, I was on Sunday and I was not working this business at all. Just really completely
All
passive,
right.
and it was just awesome.
It's not really a business now. All we're doing is
But
providing some traders with some money that they can trade with, and they're giving us a reward for putting money with it. Okay.
that's
No.
pretty exciting that you can take time off to be a dad and not have to worry about things. That's pretty
No doubt.
cool.
It means a lot.
Yeah. How are you doing with this, William?
I'm doing great. For anybody that don't know, I started with Gladiacoin on the 17th of February. I started with half a Bitcoin, worked my way up pretty quickly to the 7 on the first position. And of course, I have 2 other positions, and actually all 3 of those are maxed out at SPAR 7 now. And I had 3 positions to max out and pay me 8 Bitcoin this past week. My back office is showing me that I'm going to max out with 2 more again tomorrow, 2 of those same positions again tomorrow, and I'm going to have a head start, a real good head start into the week. So I may max out several times with actually all 3 positions this coming week.
The race is on, William. I
Race is on.
I can't let you beat me. I just can't do it.
Well, I'm really not competing. I'm just working.
I know it. I know it. I know it. Well, you're showing me up, buddy.
You guys are doing phenomenal.
Well, I've got a good
I've
team.
never seen anything like this.
I've got a
Ever.
good team. I got people like Luke, and I got some real good people that are working hard and trying their best to to grow the team and trying their best to earn, and that's what it's all about. Helping everybody get to the top. I mean, that's where we want to go.
And that is exactly where we want to go, so that we all have an economy that we can run on our own. Even if the bankers want to blow it all up, we can still do what we need to do with Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Alberto would be proud of me.
You know what? I'm sure he would. Though we made him really self-conscious. I should never have told him we were all enjoying the way he said that.
Yeah, I believe he did too. I
know.
think
He
he kind of shied away from it.
Yeah, I messed it up. It's my fault.
Oh well, no biggie.
I see a lot of people in the house tonight. Do we have any questions? Just go ahead and unmute yourself or raise your hand.
Please raise the hand, because we can't have everybody shooting for the same spot.
How do you raise your hand?
Yeah,
Down at the bottom of the participants window. You click on.
Excuse me. This is Ed. I'm actually going to start doing some Spanish webinars, and I was wondering if I'd be able to, if you guys can provide me these slides so I can convert these to Spanish.
Yeah, but I think it's already done. Actually, I think Umberto's already done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He speaks Spanish. He's already done some Spanish webinars for us already. So I don't think it'll be that hard.
I believe you'll find those in our Facebook group, Gladiacoin Elite Global Leaders. And it should be in the file section. If not, get back to me and we'll find some.
We'll see that you get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how do I get a hold of you?
Through our Facebook group.
Okay.
And there's our Skype.
What's the Facebook? What's the name of the Facebook group?
Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Let me go back real quick because I had to get out. Yeah, I can see the screen.
There's the name of the Facebook group, and I made a link out of it. I did a bit.ly link out of it, so all you got to do is go to bit.ly and type that name in. It'll take you right to the group. Here's my Skype, and here's Kathy's Skype. We answer questions. If we can, a lot of times we'll send you back to your upline to take care of some of these things.
All right, yeah, no worries. Thank you. All right, appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, who else do we have here? Somebody's asking the time of our webinars are Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in the same Zoom room.
And that's all on the Facebook group. Schedules, all that stuff is there.
Uh-huh. Yes, it is.
And it's a great place listen, there's a lot of people back there that are doing really well. You can ask a lot of questions back there. There's a lot of help available 24 hours a day.
Yes, we have over 2,000 members in just a little over a month now. It's just phenomenal. You guys are just amazing. And we have the best people in the world in that room. They're so great to help each other, answer questions. I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah, we monitor it. We monitor it all we can when we're not in Facebook jail.
Okay, how about some more questions here? Or testimonies, or whatever anybody wants to talk about.
I have a question.
Okay, who's this?
This is Gary Frith from Florida.
Oh, hello, Gary Frith from Florida. I'm Kathy Bailey from Colorado.
How you doing?
Nice to have you.
Okay, I'm trying to see how okay, so you have a left and a right, and then let's just say you have somebody coming in with, say, at the seventh level.
4 Bitcoin.
Right, 4 Bitcoin, and then you don't get a percentage of that, which would be like $4,000. You get a percentage of your lesser side, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all based on Bitcoin. It's not based on dollars. And don't deal.
Right.
We don't deal in dollars here.
Okay.
All Bitcoin.
Right. So the percentage, so it just goes to the lesser side. So you just have to watch where you would place that person to benefit you at the time.
Could be.
Okay.
Because you're going to, one of those legs is going to identify itself as a power leg. It's going to run away with, you're not going to be able to catch the number of points. And then you just work on the other side.
I see.
So
I
you
got
don't, when you first start, you really don't know which side that's going to be yet.
right,
So
right.
what you do is you set your placement on lower. So that way the system itself will put the person on the lowest side. That way you get
Oh,
balance and it starts building up and you're pulling off of each side. But at some point, one of those sides is just going to take off. There's going to
right.
be so many points on there. And then you just start working on the other side. You just change your pointer.
Okay. Okay. I have another. Can I ask one more question?
Of course.
Okay. With the structure that you had where you take the three positions and you qualify the left with the two people, correct? You
Well,
could
you qualify that's received from the binary. You got to put one on your left and one on your right. They have to be personal referrals.
right. Okay. So you have that structure. Now, let's just say the left side has to get a left and a right, and then the right side has to get a left and a right. Do you work those simultaneously, or you work one side first and then go back to the other side?
Well, it depends on where the points are,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You open it up with the one on each side.
Right.
Those are at the very top. That's why I'm saying you should take those yourself.
Right. Right.
You want to concentrate on your top position first. You want that one pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day.
Right.
And that's going to build your teams on the left and the right.
Okay.
So now the two positions that you took underneath yourself to qualify the binary are
Right.
already half built. One's got
Right.
a power leg on the right side with all those points that you built to get that 8 Bitcoin a day, plus all
Mm-hmm.
the people that came on.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do there is begin building on the inside of that to pull off the 8 Bitcoin a day off that position.
Okay.
If you go to the other side, it's already built. It's already got one side that's just completely done. It's got all those points. You see, everybody gets a point. In other words, if somebody, a millionth man in the line, brings in a Bitcoin, everybody up the line gets 1 point.
Mm.
And it doesn't compress. You don't start over. It accumulates that position.
Wow.
So you have all those points sitting on there. So all you have to do is come now begin working on the inside of each one of those two positions below you, and
Mm-hmm.
you're pulling off Bitcoin. You're getting more Bitcoin. You got 8 pumping out at the top. You get your left one going. You get your right one going. Now you got 24 Bitcoin a day coming in.
Right. And you said when people renew, it's like they just came in again, so you get that percentage again off of that new
Yes.
contract?
Yes. You don't
Yes.
have to go out and go find new people.
Oh,
That's one of
wow.
the things that this thing
Oh,
is
my
really good. Some
God.
people try to say that this is a Ponzi system, and it doesn't work
Right.
like that. It's
Right.
constantly renewing itself because people are constantly renewing their contracts. So you get the same referral fee over and over. That's why I'm telling you that the 15% is mandatory. Do not settle for anything less. Get to that 15% because if you got 50 Bitcoin below you in that team on each side,
Yes.
every position is pumping 8 Bitcoin a day.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. You guys not gonna, I can't sleep now. Thank
Well,
you.
welcome to the
Well,
club.
I did notice we have a psychiatrist of Bitcoin in the house tonight. I thought that was funny. Psychiatrist of Bitcoin. Maybe this person could go in our Facebook group and take care of the insomniacs.
Oh
We have
my
an
goodness.
insomniacs club in there. Everybody's so excited about this. What I
Well,
want to point out, though, is that the ease of this program it's not time consuming. You simply come in with your 3 positions, you on top and 2 on each side. Let the system run on automatic. It's not like you have to sit there and babysit it. Who's got time to do that? So you just set your control for lower, and it pretty much balances itself out.
right.
It's
Well, I
beautiful,
don't know about.
very very clean.
It's certainly time consuming for me. See, I've got it so
Well, that's
I can
because you're
walk
doing it.
around. I can walk around my kitchen, through the dining room, back around the living room, back through the kitchen, around the living room. So I just keep walking. See, so I get so excited, and I just keep thinking, and I keep walking, and I keep.
Well, for professional 9 to 5ers, it's not like they have to sit
Okay,
there and
all
babysit.
right, that's right.
It's
That's
just
true.
we have professionals from all walks of life involved here. Let's see.
Are
We
there
have
any
Lee. Go
are there
ahead.
any are there any sales aids?
Uh,
Uh,
no, not really. You get a link to your personal back off, or you get a link. So in case people want to come and join you, I think there are some people that are putting together leads capture pages and that sort of thing.
Well,
But
there's some cards. There's some cards that have been done that you can reprint and put your name on them. And you know,
well,
the best
not by Gladiacoin though, just by other
no.
members.
It's just
Right.
Gladiacoin doesn't do anything except run the system. They don't do it. They provide anything. So your phone is really your best ally in terms of letting people know what's going on, because when you approach people, you want to ask a question. Question always is, what are you doing about Bitcoin? The presumption is they already know what Bitcoin is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking them what they're doing about Bitcoin. You're not asking them what they think about Bitcoin. You don't know if you don't want to know whether or not they're interested in Bitcoin. You want to know what they're doing about it. It requires a different answer.
Mm.
And it makes them think a little bit, well, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything about Bitcoin. Your answer, why not?
Okay, and you'll find a lot of stuff in our Facebook group if you just go in there. Are you a member of our group yet? Just go there and make yourself at home to the webinars and just start talking to some people. Let's get on with that. Carrie has a question. Go ahead, Carrie.
Oh,
How are you?
actually, hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm great.
Great.
Just moving ahead. One foot in front of the other. Steady money coming in, which is great. I'm not really rich right yet, but it's happening. I wanted to mention that I've been in contact with somebody who is making me business card sized cards so I can hand out, because what happens is I end up giving them I make jewelry, so I end up giving them my jewelry card, and on the flip side, I put information. So when you're running across somebody and you don't have time to talk and you want to, give them some information, it's good to have a card or something to give them.
Sure, absolutely. That sounds fantastic.
So I'm going to put I'm going to put some information down, and if anyone's interested, they can contact me, and I can give them a name.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing that.
They're beautiful, beautiful cards. The graphic design is just fabulous. Maybe I can have you post one of them in a later group. I'll be in contact with you.
Okay, sounds great. Just get a hold of me later and we'll work something out there. Thank you. Okay, we have Leroy in the house. Go ahead, Leroy.
Yes, I have a Bitcoin account with
I can't hear you. Can you understand him, John?
No, he's kind of distorted. I don't know what the problem is, but
I try again. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's like you're talking in a big long tube someplace. There's a lot of distortion. There's like a hum and everything else there. Try it. Let's try it. Let's try and get it through.
Yeah, I have an account with Coinbase.
Yes.
I had $22 US in there, and now it's down to 12. The Bitcoin is at 975.
No, we're losing it. We've lost him. We can't get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Leroy. Maybe write your question down or in the chat room. Let's go on ahead and get with Kelly. Kelly Teller, I just saw her hand. Where'd you go? Oh, there she is. Hey, how are you today, lady?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of muffled too. By the way, I just stuck something on the screen for everybody. Here's a place that you can get Bitcoin easily and very quickly.
Oh, that's a new one. Oh, great. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Kelly, but it's kind of distorted. Just give it a shot. Let's see if we can make out what you're saying.
Well, I just wanted to chime in and say I am so much loving the program. Gladiacoin since the 8th of March. And so right at a couple hundred each day. And it's going fantastic. I wish I would have seen this earlier. So I love what you do here, and everyone needs to jump on in here.
Yeah, great. We're glad to have you. The more the merrier.
Kelly is just doing phenomenal. I just, she just really inspires me every day. I see her in the Facebook group helping people and talking to people, and you're just really on the ball. You're a real inspiration. And the way,
Thank you. Hey, John and Kathy. I hope you can hear me okay.
yeah, for some reason, I'm having a hard time with the sound tonight. I apologize. I don't know what's going on, but we've got some real echoing going on in here. I don't know if it's your mic, John, because I've muted everybody else out, so I don't know if it's coming from you or
Well, I'll
what.
turn my mic off and you tell me.
Okay, let's see if that helps. Testing.
Testing.
No, it's still there. It's still there. But thank you.
John and Kathy, I am a substitute teacher at my daughter's school each and every day because there's been a lot of teachers who go on maternity leave and they needed extra help. So it's quite fun at the 1:30 East Coast time after, the servers go down every day for 30 minutes. Then when you come back, you see, your growth and with the program every single day. And it is a lot of fun. And then boom, a few hours later, the money is sent, I've transferred everything to blockchain, no more Coinbase. So, but it's fun every single day about the same time. Monies go to blockchain, and it's a lot of fun. It's, I am floored with it because I'm creating more in Gladiacoin in one day than about 2 weeks serving at my daughter's school.
Oh yeah. And if anybody needs some Bitcoin, it's those teachers. They all across the world, they have to come out of their own pocket for supplies more often than not. So I hope you're sharing the love with all the teachers out there. And they're always looking for part-time work in the summer, and just get this in front of them because now they can travel and enjoy life a little more, with a few extra Bitcoin in their pocket, in their wallets. So thank you for sharing that, Kelly. Let's go to Cosetta. Oops, I lost her. I'm trying to find you. Can you unmute yourself? There's Cosetta. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you this evening?
Hi there. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Do you have a question for us?
Yes. How long does it normally take to receive your link after you have purchased your Bitcoin account?
To receive your link? It depends on...
The link to give to referrals?
Okay. That will depend on blockchain. You have to have one of 3 confirmations go through there first. And then it can take up to an hour to get you into the Gladiacoin system. But it all depends on the fastness of blockchain, how many transactions they've got going through at the moment. But it shouldn't be too long. I know a lot of people don't advanced SIN when they're doing blockchain. So John had one transaction. It took up to 18 hours once. And that's when we learned to use the advanced SIN always when you're using your blockchain. But it should show up, within an hour after it clears that blockchain.
But it can be longer.
Okay, it can be long. And can you just verify again or just clarify for me the renewing of your contract? What exactly, I'm sorry, I'm a newbie to this. What exactly is the renewing of your contract?
Well, the contract terminates once they've fulfilled what they said they were going to do, which was double your Bitcoin. So if you double in one day, you're ready to renew your contract because your contract's been completed.
So all you have to do is either come in at the same package. There's a button back there that says that your contract's up. That means they've fulfilled it. So all you have to do is click that button and choose to re-up, which means you'll either pay for the same package that you have had. For instance, if you're a Spartacus 7, you would just renew that contract and so forth and so on with the different packages. Takes all of about 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so you could just use your existing profits that you've already made.
Oh,
your
yeah.
Bitcoins. You can just use that to renew it.
Now, wait a minute. If it's your first time and you haven't kept them, you got to keep something in reserve in order to renew your contract the first time.
Yeah, we always pay out of our abundance. So don't go and spend it all. Make sure you have enough to...
Right. No, I'm not talking about taking anything out. Whatever is there when it's time to renew, I have to have that amount at least. But you want to upgrade to the next level, hopefully.
Well, one other thing is you're always going to renew. If you're at the point where it's time to press the red button to renew, always renew the same contract, then do your upgrade. Do not try to upgrade when the red button is there. Any other time you can upgrade and it will. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, it will not work the other way around.
What's that, William?
It will not work the other way around. You cannot upgrade when you have a red button in your back office.
Yes, you have to choose the same package. But any other time, you can. You're always in control. Whenever you want to upgrade, you can go ahead and do that, and just before that red button comes on, either before or after, you can feel free to upgrade. Okay, I hope that helps.
Yes, that did help. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Another point we need to cover there, Kathy, is I still keep getting the question about the amount of upgrade. As we're going up from Spartacus 1 to 7, you do not pay the full amount of the next plan. It's half because you're already in at half. So you if you're leaving SPAR 2 going to SPAR 3, you would just pay the difference. You wouldn't pay the full amount.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Listen, it's all run on a menu back there. When you go to press the upgrade button, it'll tell you exactly what to pay. You won't have to guess.
Right.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
It really is. Very, very easy. All right, we have Yvonne lady in the house.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi. I'm trying to understand the sign-up process. I say I have my link. I'm giving it to someone I want to have sign up under me as a personal referral. Would I just give them the link, and then would they be prompted through the process, including buying the Bitcoin as well?
No. The link that you give them is your Gladiacoin platform link.
Right.
And that, if you give them that link and they click the sign up button, then they choose the plan that they want to sign up for. Now, if they don't have a blockchain account yet and they don't have Bitcoin, they can't make the payment until they get that done. So we always tell everybody that for number one thing to do is to get your blockchain account opened first.
Okay.
Then you acquire some Bitcoin, the amount that you're going to need to upgrade the plan. And this is another little tip. If you're coming in with a 0.1, whatever the amount is, a 0.5, a 0.1, a 1 Bitcoin, you always need to add a little bit more because there are miners fees. Nobody seems to know about the miners fees. What are miners? Well, miners are the guys that do the processing. They're the ones that do the proof of work. They're the ones that actually handle the transactions. They're the ones that issue the coins, and they do the mathematical problems to generate new Bitcoins. There are little tiny fees. I think the most we've ever seen anywhere is maybe $2, but most of the time it's well under $1, 15 cents, 14 cents, 75 cents, 68 cents. But you need just a little extra Bitcoin to make that work. Otherwise, the transaction, you won't be able to do it. You won't have enough Bitcoin. Does that make clear? So if you need a 0.1, you better buy a 0.12 or 0.103 or something like that, just a little bit more.
So add maybe 20% of whatever the amount of Bitcoin.
That would be more than enough. Yeah.
More than enough.
Sure.
Okay. Add 20%. Right. It'll sit in reserve anyway. So I would give someone. I've already signed up. For instance, I would give someone my Gladiacoin
link.
website.
But what you would do is help them, show them where to get their blockchain account, walk them through setting it up.
Okay, so
help
open
them get their coin.
Okay, tell them they need, because I haven't done this yet myself either. So the first thing to do is open now blockchain. You can buy, sell, and store on that site.
No, you can only receive and send on that site.
Oh,
that's why I'm showing you the picture here of Gemini.
Okay.
That's a place where you can get as much Bitcoin as you want.
Well, and there are many places. If you go to our Facebook group, we've got a lot of places listed that people can buy Bitcoin. Also, you can Google the BTM machine. They're like ATM machines. And just Google and see if there's one in your area, because they're starting to appear everywhere, just like
Wow.
little ATM machines. And if you're a business out there, you should really get one of these machines. You'd increase your business by quite a bit just by having one of these machines. So,
I'm sorry.
okay, so there's really only 3 steps. 1, set up your blockchain account. 2, buy some Bitcoin. 3, get the link, your personal link, so that they can join you. And anybody here tonight, please get back to the person that referred you to this webinar, and they will fix you up. They will give you their link and help you get going.
Okay. Wonderful. And I think I heard you a few minutes ago say when somebody is purchasing, opening the blockchain account, for instance, and they're purchasing, you can obviously purchase Bitcoin on that site, but you can only
No, you can't. That's what we're saying.
Oh, you can only send and receive on that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Now they are trying to open that feature up, but they haven't done it yet. So there are many sites. Just Google where you can buy
Like
Bitcoin
Gemini.
in your area.
Like
Yeah,
Gemini.
that's one of them. That's one of them. And there's bitquick.co. There's CoinMama. There's a lot of them out there. So if you'll go to our Facebook group, you can see where all you can buy some Bitcoin. There's a lot of people in there that we have a pinned post there, and you can see some of the different places you can buy it.
Okay.
And we have a letter there that states your 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Open your blockchain.
Oh, I
buy
think
your
it was,
Bitcoin. Get your link. And
Okay.
That's about all there is to that. But we
Okay.
do like to have whoever's bringing someone in, please walk them through it the first time.
Okay.
There's a learning curve. It's a short one, but things like this is what needs to be addressed. So everybody be responsible for anybody you're showing this to, please, and help them along with it.
Yeah,
All right.
if you're not going to be their upline, then you need to find somebody upline who's going to help them, because they're flailing around trying to get going and they need some help. And then
Yeah, we want to see everybody be successful with this. There's no excuse not to that everybody can be successful with this one. So, all right. Is there anything else in the house? Questions, testimonies? I've been missing Sarge. I haven't been able to see how his progress is this week. We've got Rachel Scott in the house.
you can get up early tomorrow morning and call him. And, no, he's not on tomorrow. It's
no, we're on the radio tomorrow.
That's right.
Yes.
Roger Sales Show on Truth Frequency Radio, 10 o'clock Pacific time. We'll be on the radio talking about Gladiacoin.
Yes, we will.
You guys should get your people to listen to this show.
I want to I'm going to unmute Miss Rachel Scott. Are you in the house?
I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to give Rachel just a round of applause here. She is behind the scenes all the time, helping people and answering questions, and she helps in the chat room. And I just really appreciate all that you do for everybody, Rachel. Thank you very much.
Aw, you're sweet. Well, thank you guys for all you do. You guys work much longer hours than I do.
It's our pleasure. And I want to know, when did you get into this program? What have you seen so far? You had good experience, or?
I got in February. Didn't really do a whole lot the first few weeks. So it wasn't until like sometime in March I started telling people. I mean, I think I might have told a few people when I first got in, but didn't really do anything with it. Had a lot going on, but by my second week, I had like 5 paydays.
Wow.
Amounts. Yeah, there were 40, 50. I think I had like $110 and $130, which I was very happy with. And I've just been kind of plugging along. I'm not a super fast mover. I'm just kind of talk to a few people here and there, mostly people that contact me. So I made about a Bitcoin. I'm not, like I said, I haven't made like 5 and 6 and 7 Bitcoin like a lot of these have in the first few weeks. But hey, I couldn't be any more happy. I mean, really, $1,200 or $1,000, just kind of money working for you while you're doing your other things.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
so,
And that can make a world of difference to so many people. Just even, a couple extra $100 a week. I mean, that can just change lives. It really can.
oh
So
yeah.
I know I was very excited when we got in. I was very skeptical. And then I saw a $78 day. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then a few days later, it was like a couple hundred. And then it just kept going up from there to one day we got check Bitcoin for about 1,800 and my jaw hit the floor. It's like, wow, this thing really works. And it's just been blessings higher and higher each day from that. So thank you very much. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no problem. And when you first get when you hear other people of getting their first payday of $40 or $50, it's like, that's not very much money, but just wait till it happens to you, and all of a sudden that
Exactly.
$40, like, oh my word, it's like $1 million.
Well, yeah, it's better than scratching a lottery ticket. It's like, oh, I'm a winner. Everybody's a winner here because eventually you do get that Bitcoin doubled. So I love it.
And the best part about that is you're getting paid in Bitcoin, which you own.
Right.
And
yes.
that Bitcoin, you can sit there and it's going to grow in value. Whether you move it or use it, it's going to be yours and it'll be there forever until you decide to do something with it. And it will just get worth more and more and more and more.
Yes, absolutely. It's everybody needs to have some. That is for sure. So, well, thank you, Rachel.
Oh, no problem. And a side note, I don't know. I had text Sarge actually a couple times today. And when I talked to him on Friday, he had company coming. So I don't know if it was company that stayed the weekend or if it was just company for the day. But he might be tied up with company, and that's probably why he's not on.
Okay, well, I'll have to hit him up for his testimony tomorrow. See how he's progressed this week. So, all right. Anybody else? Excuse me? Okay, John, are we doing training this evening?
No, I think we just did one and that was good.
Okay, all right.
I've got to work on that main water line.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So I guess we will see everybody back here tomorrow at noon, Monday through Friday, noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have questions that you think of later, just write them down, come back tomorrow, and we'll answer them. And bring some of your guests back, somebody that you want to show this to.
Or get into Facebook. Now, guests can be put into the Facebook page, but only people who are already on the platform can go in the Skype group.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, everybody, you have a very good evening and an even better week ahead.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you all. Take care now. And God bless you. Good night.